History books are replete with stories about the triumphs and tragedies of famous figures, epic battles, and groundbreaking discoveries. However, countless stories from the past have gone unnoticed or are largely forgotten, yet they offer an intriguing glimpse into the fascinating and often surprising stories of our ancestors. These lesser-known events are no less significant than the more famous ones, but they are often overlooked or overshadowed by them. From the bizarre to the unbelievable, these obscure incidents are a treasure trove of untold stories waiting to be discovered. For example, did you know that in 1518, a dancing plague hit the city of Strasbourg, consuming as many as 400 people? Or that in 1932, the Australian government declared war on emus? These events, and many others like them, offer a glimpse into history's strange, unpredictable, and often dark side. They challenge our assumptions about what we know and force us to confront uncomfortable truths about our past. So sit back, grab a snack as we uncover some of the most fascinating stories you've never heard before. Number 1. The Dancing Plague of 1518. This is perhaps one of the most fascinating and perplexing events in human history. It all began in the summer of that year when a woman named Frau Trophea started to dance on the streets of Strasbourg, a city in present-day France. At first, onlookers were amused by her unusual behavior, but as the hours passed, more and more people joined in, compelled to dance by some unknown force. Within days, hundreds of people were caught up in the strange dance, unable to stop even as they collapsed from exhaustion or suffered broken bones. Witnesses reported that some dancers continued to move even as they lay dying on the ground. The cause of the dancing plague remains a mystery to this day. However, historians have speculated that it may have been a form of mass hysteria, triggered by stress, social pressures, or even the consumption of contaminated food or water. What is clear is that the dancing plague had a profound impact on the people of Strasbourg, both at the time and in the centuries that followed. Some saw it as a sign of divine punishment, while others believed it was caused by demonic possession. The event also had a lasting impact on the study of psychology and the way we understand the workings of the human mind. While the dancing plague may seem like a bizarre and isolated incident from a bygone era, it serves as a powerful reminder of the strange and mysterious ways in which our minds and bodies can interact. Number 2. The Battle of Los Angeles. Also known as the Great Los Angeles Air Raid, this mysterious incident took place in the early hours of February 25, 1942, just a few months after the United States entered World War II. What began as a blackout drill in response to the threat of Japanese air attacks quickly turned into a full-blown panic when a series of unidentified flying objects appeared in the night sky over Los Angeles. Despite extensive military efforts to identify and intercept the objects, which were initially believed to be Japanese warplanes, the objects continued to hover over the city for several hours, causing widespread fear and confusion. The incident made headlines around the world and remains one of the most hotly debated and mysterious events of its kind. Some have suggested that the objects were extraterrestrial in origin, while others have proposed more conventional explanations such as weather balloons or military aircraft. The Battle of Los Angeles may forever remain a mystery, but its impact on the public imagination continues to this day. Number 3. The 1925 Serum Run to Nome. The 1925 Serum Run to Nome is one of the most remarkable stories of human determination and perseverance in the face of unimaginable odds. The event, which took place in the frigid winter of 1925, was a desperate race against time to deliver life-saving serum to the remote town of Nome, Alaska, which was in the grips of a deadly diphtheria outbreak. At the time, the only way to get the serum to Nome was by dog sled over a treacherous 674-mile route across frozen rivers and snow-covered mountains. With the lives of countless children at stake, a relay of brave mushers set out from Nenana, Alaska, each one handing off the precious cargo to the next in a grueling race against time. One of the teams belonged to Leonhard Sapala, Alaska's most revered musher, who played a pivotal part in the incredible Serum Run. The journey was not without its dangers, as the mushers battled blizzards, whiteout conditions, and temperatures that dropped as low as -60 degrees Fahrenheit. At times, the dogs were forced to swim through icy rivers, and the mushers themselves suffered frostbite and exhaustion. But despite the challenges, the serum made it to Nome in just 5.5 days, thanks to the heroic efforts of the mushers and their dogs. The serum was immediately administered to those in need, and the outbreak was contained. The 1925 Serum Run to Nome became known as the Great Race of Mercy, and is still celebrated today as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The mushers and their dogs became heroes, and their selflessness and bravery in the face of adversity continue to inspire people around the world. The event also paved the way for advances in medicine and transportation in remote areas. Number 4. The Halifax Explosion, Canada's forgotten tragedy. On December 6, 1917, a catastrophic event rocked the city of Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, leaving death and destruction in its wake. The Halifax explosion, as it would come to be known, was the result of a collision between two ships in the city's busy harbor, which triggered a massive explosion that was felt for miles around. The explosion was caused by the collision of the SS Mont Blanc, a French cargo ship carrying a cargo of highly explosive munitions, and the Norwegian vessel SS Imo. The impact of the collision ignited the munitions on board the Mont Blanc, causing a massive explosion that destroyed much of the surrounding area. The blast killed more than 2,000 people and injured thousands more, leaving a path of devastation that would take years to fully recover from. It was so powerful that it leveled entire neighborhoods, shattered windows miles away, and even caused a tsunami that flooded parts of the city. Even though the Halifax explosion was a tragedy of unprecedented proportions, it has largely been forgotten in the annals of history, eclipsed by other tragedies that have occurred since. However, the impact of the explosion on the people of Halifax and the surrounding area cannot be overstated. In the aftermath of the disaster, the people of Halifax rallied together to provide aid and support to the survivors, showing remarkable resilience and courage in the face of unimaginable tragedy. Number 5. Nellie Bly's trip around the world. In 1889, Nellie Bly, an intrepid journalist from New York City, set out on a journey that would make her a household name around the world. Her mission, to travel around the globe in less than 80 days, a feat inspired by Jules Verne's classic novel, Around the World in 80 Days. Bly's journey took her across oceans and continents, through jungles and deserts, and into the hearts and minds of people from all walks of life. Along the way, she faced numerous challenges, from seasickness and language barriers to cultural misunderstandings and political turmoil. Bly, however, remained undaunted, using her wit, charm, and determination to win over the people she encountered and overcome the obstacles along the way. Her journey was a triumph of human ingenuity and perseverance, and a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity and achieve great things. Bly's trip around the world was also a landmark moment in the history of journalism, as it helped to establish her as one of the most influential and groundbreaking reporters of her time. Her stories and dispatches from the road captivated readers around the world and helped to shape the way that people think about travel, adventure, and the power of the written word. So what do you think? Would you have rather hear these stories in school? If so, you are in the right place. So thanks so much for joining me today on this journey. Please hit that subscribe button and like button for more cool content. Until next time, this is Top 3 TV and I am out of here.